Why do men have this constant fear of being used for money that they don't even have?
Hot take, singles events are one of the most underrated ways to meet single women.
My question is, what do you think is holding men back from wanting to go to a singles event? Do you?
Nothing is holding them back. Really, they just know it's a waste of time to try.
You are either a girl that is approached or you are a girl that is not approached.
All my attractive friends are single. I don't get hit on because I am intimidating.
The reason why clubbing culture is dead, in my personal opinion, is because there is no element of surprise and it's become
Clubbing culture is dying because men have realized they're being used for the experience. Kindly subscribe to the channel as it further supports us in our work. Thank you.
On my way to my first date in New York. First date in my new city. I'm trying to train myself to not do it on the first date anymore.
You need help.
I'm assuming for that guy.
This is exactly what's happening at bars and clubs because men are no longer falling for it. They are no longer just throwing their money out at women that do not take them seriously. They are no longer willing to waste their time, effort, and resources. But because of this, women are out here trying to give men a bad rap. Like they're saying, what's wrong with men these days? They used to go to war. Now they just want to be treated like a woman at a bar. But that is just not the case because men will absolutely put in just as much effort as they always have into pursuing you. But it takes one thing, and that one thing is that he has to know that you are taking him seriously. Because one of the #1 resources to a man is his time, and he doesn't want you to waste it. And even if it's a short-term thing, like he just doesn't want to leave that relationship and have a messed up head and a messed up heart. Because that man just wants a future with somebody that he can really fall in love with and grow old with. Which is why he already knows with like 95% certainty that him paying for your drink at the bar is not going to bring him closer to that.
If you read what it says here, it says, "We're hot and no men are approaching us." The thing is, with that, these women are at the club, expecting men to be all over them, spending money, buying them drinks, giving them attention just because they showed up. And because that's not happening, they're shocked, wondering what's going on. But what they don't realize is that this comes from a place of entitlement. They've been so used to getting instant attention that they can't handle when the energy shifts. Men aren't running to them anymore, and that's confusing them. The truth is, men are tired of wasting their time and money on women who think their looks alone are enough. The game has changed. This is what happens when men wake up and stop playing. This is a hit to their ego and self-esteem because they've probably never experienced something like this.
Single men, help me out here, okay? Leave it in the comments, DM me, whatever you're most comfortable with. I actually want your opinion, believe it or not. Your opinion counts just as much. I'm trying to get to the bottom of this. My question is, what do you think is holding men back from wanting to go to a singles event? Do you think that men think they will look desperate? Do you think men are scared of rejection? Do you think it's a pride thing? Please tell me. I would love to know the opinion on the male end because I'm really trying to kind of crack the code here. Like, what would it take for you men to feel more motivated to come to a singles event? So let me know in the comments. Thank you.
Yeah, nightclubs are dying.
Look at this. Empty. Nobody in there. Because men make it happen. We keep the establishments going. We spend our hard-earned money. Men are done.
Is clubbing dead everywhere?
Why have clubs all over the UK going from this to this?
Strippers say a market crash is guaranteed because the strip clubs are suddenly empty.
Where are the single men at? In Atlanta.
Atlanta nightlife right now is not the same.
Stop it.
Especially clubs. One of the biggest clubs, one of my favorites in Atlanta, it just closed down.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
The strip clubs are dying because women don't spend money when they go to the strip club. They're just there to leech off the guys who are actually paying for the drinks and throwing the money. A lot of these modern women are sitting around wondering what's happening to the club scene, but it's actually quite simple. Men have stopped playing the fool. These women don't understand that clubs are empty because the men who used to fill them stopped showing up. They'd rather keep their money, focus on themselves, or spend time with women who actually value them, not ones who treat them like walking ATMs. We even have women-only nightclubs now, and some are completely empty. You know why? Because women don't go to clubs to spend money. They go where men are spending money. These women-only clubs expose the truth. The nightlife scene survives off men's wallets, not women's presence.
Have you heard about this phrase, heterofatalism? It refers to the fatigue that single women are facing in dating, the fatigue they have with single men. The argument is that men aren't showing up in dating wholly, like, there's not enough men at dating events, or when you do meet them, they might be really engaged with you on the date, and then afterwards they sort of back away meekly. And I see some truth in it because specifically at dating events, I go to dating events all the time and I meet fabulous women all the time, and it just doesn't feel the same for men. And I actually feel like it's an absolutely missed opportunity, because if you're a guy who's single, dating events are made for you. They don't work against you. Everybody is single. Everybody wants to speak to somebody, and women are really there to meet you. So I don't want to say that I'm heterofatalistic. I'm much more of an optimistic person, but I do recognize that it kind of feels like right now, that nobody's really winning in dating.
I love to be the one to say it. Club culture dying is a huge reflection on how prominent the DL community actually is. Let's think about this for a second. That video that girl made, the viral video about how club culture is dying because guys want to be the girls now, because men are so concerned being the center of attention. Basically, everything used to be about the woman. And why are men okay with this shift in priority? And why has the priority shifted in general? I think it could be for a couple things. One, I do think some men actually just like to flex on other men, and it's kind of like a big dick swinging contest. But that also used to include who would have the most women in their section and who would have the most beautiful women. That's not even something a lot of men are even checking for anymore. And it's because they don't like us. They really don't care about the women. They never did. And the fact that a lot of men are not caring about the fact that their sections are just filled with men should be very telling as to how they actually feel. This is a lot of men's dream come true, and that's why it's not fucking changing. I do think there are two scenarios. One, the ego trumps your desire for women so much to the point where you're willing to be sharing a bottle with 20 other dudes to feel important and to feel like you're in a space of importance, opposed to actually prioritizing being around women. And they want to feel important so bad to the point where they're all fighting to get one Instagram story of one bottle that they didn't even fucking pay for, or they're just DL, or they dislike men. And that's exactly where they want to be, and they're happy in their home.
That's just the kind of response I'd expect from a modern woman. She made the claim that these clubs are dying because men are down low, that men don't like women anymore, and that they want to be the girls now. Of course, that's all wrong. The real reason a lot of men don't care to have these so-called beautiful women in their sections anymore is because, honestly, they're not that beautiful. Many of them today look exactly the same. Same lips, same nose, same body type, same heavy makeup. It's like they all went to the same doctor or followed the same Instagram filter in real life. What used to be considered beauty has become manufactured. There's no mystery, no uniqueness, no personality. Just a copy and paste look with a loud attitude and an even louder sense of entitlement. Men see through that now. They don't feel the need to impress women who all act and look like clones.
Go for the young one, not the old one. And before you get triggered, hear me out. I'm not saying every younger woman is better, and I'm not saying every older woman is damaged. There are always exceptions to the rule, but there is a reason men often marry and search for younger women, and it's not just about looks. It's about moldability, how you are able to mold something. If you're a good man, a strong leader, a real teacher, you want a woman who's willing to learn, adapt, and grow with you. You want to build together. But what are you going to teach a woman who's already hardened by life, who is stuck in her ways, carries more baggage than luggage, and argues every time you try to lead or guide her? That is not partnership. That is combat. See, a younger woman still has curiosity. She's open. She's impressionable. If she's with the right man, she becomes an advantage because she's being shaped in love, not control. What's easier to mold, clay or a hardened stone? Men are builders by nature. They build careers, empires, and families. So of course they're drawn to women who want to be built with, not women who fight the blueprint that he lays down. It's not about age. It's about your attitude. It's about your openness, softness, and the willingness to evolve.
Why do men have this constant fear of being used for money that they don't even have?
Oh, I don't know. Let's take a moment and think about this, though, okay? It might have something to do with the veritable plethora of posts that are out there made by some women that are, one, indicating how exactly you can get more money out of a guy by acting in a certain way, or that a lot of women won't date a man unless he makes a certain amount of money, or it could also be that there are some women that actually indicate that unless the guy is spoiling them financially, they don't want to be with him. Could it be any of those possibilities? Sure, some guys don't have a lot of money, but a lot of people, especially those that don't have a lot of money, are very protective of the money that they do have. And seeing how many women out there are only after men for what they can get out of them in terms of finances, it does tend to make some men exceptionally more cautious when it comes to dating certain women.
Either this woman is blind to reality, or she's purposely ignoring it. Men do not have a constant fear of being used for money. They've just learned to be cautious. And honestly, can you blame them? All they hear from modern women today is, if he doesn't do this, I don't want him. Or, if he's not spending money, he's not serious. That kind of mentality has made men pull back, not because they're cheap, but because they're tired of being seen as walking wallets instead of human beings. Men should be cautious with their money, especially in today's dating world, and even more so when it comes to marriage. Let's be real, a lot of women aren't looking for love. They're looking for a lifestyle. Too many of them treat relationships like investments they can cash out of when things don't go their way. And guess who ends up paying for it? The man. It's not fear, it's awareness.
Next time I go to the beach, y'all better hide your man. Hide your man, because I do not want to see them at the beach.
Oh, honey, not trying to be mean here, and I hate to break it to you, but we men don't want to see you either. As someone who lives near the beach and spends quite a bit of time there every single day, all I can say is I've seen things. Things no man should ever have to see. Because while y'all think you're tens, I'm sorry to say you're not. While y'all think you're rocking that string bikini, you know, the one with the thong stuck so far up your butt crack that it's going to take a team of miners and a canary to dig it out, the fact is most of you have more craters than the moon. And trust me, ain't no one that wants to see that. So how about you stay off our beaches so we can enjoy the beauty of the ocean, instead of having to worry that Greenpeace is going to suddenly show up. Just saying.
50% of men in 2023 were single and not looking for any type of relationship or any type of interaction with women. And when they were surveyed, most of them admitted to just completely giving up on dating and relationships in general. We live in a time where we have social media, we have all of these different dating apps, we have this abundance of platforms and different ways that we can meet new people, yet there's more people that are single and admitting to be lonely than ever before. There was a study done by Morgan Stanley. I got this from a Chris Williamson podcast, and it says in 2040, 45% of women aged between the ages of 25 and 40 will be single and childless. Those stats are pretty alarming, and you have to ask the question, how did we get here?
The reality is, dating keeps getting harder and worse. Men are walking away, and by 2030, nearly 45% of women will be single and lonelier than ever before. What this means is that antidepressant pills will be flying off the shelves, therapy sessions will be packed, and more women will be on social media trying to convince each other that being alone is freedom. But deep down, it's not freedom, it's emptiness. You can only post so many selfies, take so many trips, and repeat, I don't need a man, so many times before the silence starts to sink in, because what they really wanted wasn't independence, it was connection. But you can't build connection when your pride keeps you from accountability. If nothing changes, that loneliness statistic won't stop at 45%. It'll keep climbing because modern dating isn't built on love anymore. It's built on ego, entitlement, and unrealistic expectations.
I'm going to tell you why the club scene is over. The club scene is over because men want to be women. And when I say men want to be women, they want to cut the line. They want to go in with the promoter. They don't want to buy their drinks. They don't want to buy their bottle. They put on their best fit to impress other men. They're at this club to see this performer, to get a video that they were there and then talk about it for months that they know this performer. You know what I mean? They want to stand on stages with performers. Look at the Metro Boomin shit. That was so embarrassing. So embarrassing. At least if you're going to be a man that wants to stand on the booth, stand on the stage, stand at the section, at least bring a vibe. You're all just standing there looking at each other, clocking each other. I'm like, what's the point? And then you have other people on here like, oh, girls don't wear heels anymore to the club. Because there's nowhere to sit. There's nowhere to sit. You get to the promoter section, it's filled with the promoter's friends. The promoter will be like, oh, hey, like, you got to get up. Like, these women are here. Like, you got to get up. Like, these are the stars of the show. And they're having an attitude about it. And half the time when these guys do buy sections, they're standing on the couch. They don't even care about the girls in the club. They're not there to impress girls. They're there to impress other men, to post on their Instagram story. They're acting like they bought a plot of land in the club. And I don't even go to the club anymore. But when I do work at the club, I've even noticed this myself. It's insane work. You're in a bathroom line, no guy's letting you cut. You're at the bar, no guy's offering to buy your drink. And they don't even dance. Like, they don't even, like, what are you doing there? What are you doing there? It's so embarrassing. Like, it used to be the girls' show. Like, the girls come in with all these promoters, all these table sections, put on their best birthday suit, and pop outside. And they're the reason why big spenders in the club spend money. Like, if you have beautiful women and men willing to spend money, more money is spent with the beautiful woman. Not anymore. Not anymore. There's not even money to be made in the club because there's nobody on display besides these men in their Amiri jeans and their borrowed chains posting for an Instagram story. It's actually embarrassing. Aren't you embarrassed? And I knew this plague was upon us when I kept seeing the videos of all the men dancing on elevated platforms at club space. At club space. Fighting to be in the DJ booth with John Summit. Like, the math isn't mathing. And I think this is genuinely a reflection of where we're at as a society. Women are fighting for their role. It's crazy.
I think what these women are really afraid of is that a lot of men just don't worry or care about them the way they used to. That constant attention and validation they once got from men is disappearing, and that's what scares them. The idea that clubs are dying because men want to be women is absolutely ridiculous. These men aren't confused about who they are. They're just choosing to enjoy their lives without constantly chasing validation from women who don't appreciate it. Men are going out to enjoy themselves, to have fun with their friends, to relax after working hard all week. They're not there to spend their money trying to impress women who act like they're doing men a favor just by showing up. The dynamic has shifted. Men are realizing their worth too. They're understanding that peace, good company, and genuine fun are way more valuable than trying to impress someone who looks down on them.